You don't need a massive trading account to make six figures in trading. In fact, I'm going to show you how to get $1,000 and turn it into $100,000 a year without risking your life savings. In fact, I'm going to show you how I use prop firms to scale my trading income. And if that sounds like something you're interested in learning, then this video is for you. And before I get started, I'd like to say, hi, my name's Kody, prop firm trader since 2016, actually, for a while now, coming up on 10 years, which is crazy to think about. But let's talk about how you can leverage prop firms and get up to that six-figure a year mark with only $1,000. And the only reason I really like to push this is because the way it used to be is if you had a small account, you would say you had $1,000, you put $1,000 into a trading account and you would trade options, just looking to get those big moves because with $1,000 you can get big returns with options. However, there's a chance you're going to lose $1,000 pretty quickly. But with these future prop firms, you can take a small amount, like we'll say you can take $330 right now and head over to Tradeify and use code ACT and get 35% off and only spend $330 of that cash. And at least if you blow those accounts, and that's for instant funded, like you're instantly funded, you skip the evaluation, you are in. And if you have the skill set to do it, then you can start compounding and working your way up to make six figures a year with only having that $1,000 to lose. And that's what I'm going to show you this plan on how you can get there. I think the biggest hurdle for most traders with this is going to be that they're going to feel rushed. This is something, if you took it slow, say you make $40,000 a year right now, you have some job you don't like your boss, whatever. If you were to stay slow, consistent, and disciplined, actually, let me say this. If I was to tell you, if you stayed slow, consistent, and disciplined in 1 year, you can be making six figures and work from home and be your own boss. Would you be slow? Like, would that perk your ears? Like, would you listen to me? Say you like rubbed, I don't know, a lamp and a genie came out and told you that? I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, just think of it from that perspective. Everyone gets so big into the rush, blow the accounts, and then rinse repeat, right? Be slow. And we'll talk about that some here as well. So like I said, be slow. First off, like what exactly are prop firms? Since we're talking about Tradeify right here, like I said, if you use code ACT, their best offer right now is 35% off. And you could also use this at Apex Trader Funding as well, if that is something you're interested in. And I believe they have 80% off right now as well. But the main one here that I'm trying to focus on is if you go to tradeify.co and you go to the Lightning Funded. The Lightning Funded is directly funded. Like you purchase it and you fund it. You're basically paying $331 to have $2,000 drawdown. That's basically what you're paying. And if you use code ACT, like I mentioned, originally it is 509, but if you use code ACT, it'll be 331 or whatever the discount is at the time that you watch this video. Now, the reason why is that important? Well, I will say because you can buy a bunch of evaluations, hoping to get funded, and then you're not going to trade disciplined anyways. If you pay that $321, if I say $321, if you want to start less with the $25,000 account, that is fine as well. But what I will say, I'm just like the 50K starting point, in my opinion. But if you were to start there, you spend your $331, you're funded, so you got the trade disciplined, and then from there you scale it up to where you can get $100,000 a year. But this is where I wanted to point you out to start you off with is if you start here and you're going to go to instant funded, get whatever. I personally, if you have a small account, I'm saying start here. That's the goal of this video, is tell you how to start with only $1,000 and scale to $100,000 a year. And if you want to, you can start here too if you want it. Either one works. But what you can do here is you can see that you could trade the minis or 50 micros, and we're also going to talk about trading micros and how this could help you. Forget the minis part. We're going to do the micros. I'm going to show you how this is powerful. You have 1250 a daily drawdown, max drawdown 2000 intraday drawdown mode. Look, 7 days till you get your payout. Everyone hates this 20% consistency rule, which I get it. It could be tight. However, if you're consistent and disciplined, you can get there. I will say that 20% consistency rule will keep you disciplined, because if you blow it, then you're going to yellow it anyways, because you're going to realize you'll be way behind the 8 ball and you're going to blow it anyways. But I will say 20% will keep you consistent and disciplined. Honor it. All right, so in this theoretical discussion here, Well, exactly what are prop firms? Prop firms, what they do is they provide you capital. You pay an evaluation, and in this case right here, we're going to go ahead and pay, like I said, this $331 right here. And what they're going to do is they're going to give you a simulated account. And when I say the simulated account, it's paper trading. That's what it is. And you're going to paper trade this account up to where you make at least $3,000. Once you get it up to $3,000, that is where you can take a payout. Up to this point, I'm forgetting a part to say is they provide the capital, you provide the skill set and the discipline, and you get paid from it. And like I said here, 330 is the first one, and then you can grow it from there. So, like, what is exactly the first step, right? So we talked about this cool little doohickey. Let's move on. All right, what is the path here? First off, we talked about you have your $1,000 bank account. All right, cool. So we have our $1,000 bank account. All right, so right here you can see we're starting off our $1,000 bank account. And like I showed you, you can pay, we'll call it 330 bucks for one evaluation. The key here is to focus on one evaluation at a time. I want to say one eval. If you want my free course on how exactly I get funded in 1 to 3 days, then click the link in the description. Inside, I'll walk you through everything that's actually worked for me, plus any of the unspoken concepts and some of the biggest myths around day trading futures that no one is talking about. You're going to trade slow and disciplined. You're going to risk anywhere, we'll call it from, depending on your style of trading and whatnot, we'll say $100 to $200. The goal here is to get funded, right? You're going to get funded, and your target here is anywhere between $200 to $400 a day. That's your target there. And your first goal here, and the reason I'm saying aim small, for those of you that follow me in trading, I'm like, hey, Kody, you definitely don't do that. True, but I'm approaching this from a newer trader perspective. You need to trade slow, trade small. And the reason I think this is so important is because what it's going to do is teach you to be consistent. Because if you can consistently take $200, $400, if you do that over a course of 10 days, then boom, you're going to be over here to the funded side, and you did it slow and consistent. And that's going to keep you slow and consistent in your funded side. So once you're funded and you hit that goal, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to trade slow. You're not going to do it massive. Just think of it this way, man. If you were to do about $200 a day over 10 days, you're going to be at $2,000. And then you're going to be like, all right, you're there. You're slowly grinding it. But this one, you have to get it up to 53. So you're going to keep on grinding. And then you do it for 2 weeks even. Let's just say you did it for, we'll say 20 days, right? So you 20 days, you got your account up to 4K. Now, why is this important here? So you grinded it out for a month. You had that $1,000 account. You're now at payout time. And this account, the most you can take out at one time is $2,000. So you're like, yes, I am funded. I'm going to take out my $2,000. Guess what? Now that $1,000 account is now roughly $2,670. You see how that just multiplied like that? With all you could have lost is the debit paid, which is 330. Now what do you do at this point? You're only going to buy more accounts after you get funded. All right, so now you have that $2,670. And at this point, all you're going to do is you're going to buy more accounts with your payouts. That's it. You don't buy more because you want to, only as you show consistency. So at this point, let's just say you buy one more. So now you're going to have 2 accounts, right? So one's going to be brand new, one's going to be up near the threshold. So if you have 4K and you took out 2 out, so that's still at 2K. You can take out a payout again in about 7 days if you trade over 7 days and you're still consistent. And then this one, or sorry, not that one, but your next account that you just got is going to take a little bit more time to pay out. But you see, you just keep compounding. And the goal here is you scale it up to 5 accounts. This isn't going to be fast. It's going to be slow and methodical. 5 accounts. I'll just do that. 5 accounts. Now, let's just say you do have the 5 accounts. To make $100,000 a year, you actually only have to make about $400 a day. And under Tradify rules, in order to take a payout here, if you took 5, that is roughly $80 a day in each account. So in that aspect, we could round it up, which is say you make $100 a day in 5 accounts, right? So if that's the case, then you're at $500 a day. And you do this over a year, and that's actually roughly what, $120-ish thousand. I don't know. Let me have to do the calculator. I don't have a phone. But anyways, you can see that's well over $100,000 a year. And all you have to do is aim small, trade micros. Think you won't be stressed, won't be sweating it. You could trade 3 ES micros, I guess, 5 to half a contract worth, right, of a mini. Just 5 micros, and then you can scale it up to $100 a day. And if you do that consistently, you won't blow the account. You can make 6 figures a year, and I would imagine what would you do with an extra $100,000 a year? Just saying, that is the path here and how you could do it. And you just keep compounding it, and you only spend your extra payouts on it. So like I said here, and this is just going to be repetitive. Like I said, start small, right? Start small. Buy 1 account, get your first 2K payout, and then from there, go ahead and then buy more. And then you're just going to reinvest your payouts. Like I said, you're going to get buy 1, and then we'll say 2, and then 3, and then 4, then 5 accounts. And then all you're going to do, like it says here, you're scaling it up to accounts. And then eventually you will go to the live account if you stay disciplined with it. Eventually you will get to the live side, especially at Tradify. You will go to the live side. Great. There's nothing changes. At that point, you'll have 1 account. In fact, they just changed their live account rules today where they give out bonuses and everything, which is also pretty awesome. But it's the same. It doesn't change. You still just, at that point, instead of going $100 on your 5 accounts, now you're just trying to make $500 in your 1 live account, and it doesn't change. Just remember, your setups don't change. There's something that was always told to me whenever I was learning the trade at the prop firm I originally learned to trade at, was the head mentor used to always say, or the head trader used to always say, it doesn't matter. The only difference between $50 and a $5,000 a day is your position size. The setup doesn't change. Your risk reward shouldn't change. Nothing should change other than the amount of contracts, options, whatever your shares, whatever you're trading, you put on, and that comes with size. So if your size fits that narrative, which it should be by the time you get to the live side, just $500 a day, and you keep grinding it out. And then once you're at $100,000, you could obviously scale it up to, I don't know, million, even more. Like it's literally with all these trade copiers and new firms coming out, I'm going to say the possibilities are endless. This is quite an era to be a trader. So please, I don't know, if you have a setup, a trade or a trade setup, a trading plan, and you're disciplined, I think this is a great way to get there. But if you're not disciplined and you don't have a way to do it, then take a strike. Guess what? If you don't, I do have a free course for you. So here, check this out. All right, and so I already talked about the small wins, how they compound right here, like $400 a day is over 251 trading days a year, equals $100,000 a year. For 5 accounts, that is only $80 a day. And once you eventually go to live, then all you have to do is aim for like $400 to $500 again. It doesn't change. And then the main thing here I want you to take away from it is you have to start slow, have to be disciplined, have a trading plan, only reinvest your payouts for more accounts, and then grow from there. The biggest thing there is you're going to have patience and be consistent. I think these are the big takeaway here. Like I said, if you're to rub a magic lamp and a genie was to come out and says, hey, if you be disciplined and patient, in 1 year, you could be making $100,000 a year, if not more. Just be disciplined and consistent. No, don't rush it. Disciplined and consistent. Just saying, something to think about. Myself, I also get hooked up in the gotta go fast thing. I get it. I like to rock and roll. I'm an adrenaline junkie. But I think if you're consistent and patient, then you will get there. So, quick recap. Use code ACT at Tradify for straight to funded, 25, 50K. If that's whatever one best floats your boat. Be slow and consistent. Risk about $100, $200 a day to hit the $200 to $400 a day. Get funded. Don't change your plan. Trade slow and consistent. Get your first payout. Buy more accounts and keep on going, and just build it up from there. I really think this is an interesting time to be a trader. Probably the best time to be a trader, to be quite honest. But thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you have any questions, hit them down in the comment section. Like, follow, share with your friends, and I'll catch you later.